Hey everybody, Spotted here, coming soon podcast. Of course, being joined by Matt Frank. How are you doing today, man?
Doing good, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. I mean, of course, we are here inside Ingram Mall, San Antonio, Texas. San Antonio, man, is that home? You've actually lived there before.
I lived here. I was born and raised here in San Antonio, actually, but back in 1985, and I lived here until I left for college in 2004.
Okay.
I mean, I came back, over the summers and stuff, but I pretty much eventually moved to Austin full time. But I still come back here fairly regularly. I mean, my folks still live here, so yeah.
No. And of course, when it comes to your creativity, man, your art. I mean, when did that start? Did that start here in San Antonio?
Oh yeah, I mean, like a lot of folks, I started when I was a kid. Kids draw because it gives you something to do.
Right.
It keeps you off the streets, and but yeah, I mean, it was when I was like in San Antonio here, and I was living with my folks in high school that I realized that I was like, man, I think I want to be a comic book artist. I think I want to tell stories, like with my art. And I think that was what I kind of decided. And I'm very fortunate that the other hyperfixation I had, which was Godzilla, got parlayed into that.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
No, of course, I mean, being a kid and watching Godzilla, man, I mean, was this a dream come true? Like, actually having
if I went back in time and told my younger self what the life that I was leading now, well, first of all, he would be like, doppelganger, and then try to kill me. But I don't know. I think I'd watch his head explode. Like it would be pretty crazy. Because like where I am now, it is one of those things where it's like it doesn't feel as weird to me because I have worked really hard to get where I am, and so it doesn't feel as weird. But sometimes you'll stop and think like, man, yeah, there was a real turn, like in the second or third act there was a turn, and something happened. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
No, you were talking earlier, man. I mean, you were in Tokyo for what, 2 weeks, you said?
Yeah.
I mean, when you go into traveling, are you used to that? I mean, is that something you're accustomed to?
I'm pretty accustomed to traveling internationally nowadays, specifically to Japan. I mean, there was a bit of a break there because of the pandemic and all that.
Right.
But after starting to go back, it's been really nice to go back and reconnect with people. And I'm thinking about because I've been traveling around the United States a lot. Over the course of my career. But I'm hoping to expand and go to some other places in addition to Japan.
Now, of course, I mean, when it comes to as far as motivation, I mean, is this something you wake up now and you're thinking, oh, it's a job, or are you still having fun with it? Is it something you look forward to?
Yeah, motivation comes and goes and fits and starts, because there are some days where it's just like, man, I just can't crowbar the motivation. And other days, it's like that scene from Family Guy. The muses have taken him. And I just whip my shirt off, and it's time to draw. But it just depends on the day. Everyone's motivations, everybody's waves they ride are different. For me, sometimes I don't have the luxury of not having motivation because this is my job.
Yeah.
This is my full-time job that I need to pay bills with. So it's like, it's not happening, make it happen.
And let me ask you, I mean, for those that are growing up and they're into, as far as creating, being an artist, drawing, what would you tell them? I mean, what would you tell them to stick with it as far as what to look forward to?
That answer, the answer to that question changes depending on, it just changes as the years have gone on.
Right.
Because I will say that you need to seriously have a conversation with yourself to say, is this something that I need to do? Is this something I need to get out of my body?
Right.
Because there's something to be said for creativity and specifically like being an artist, borderline being almost a mental illness because it's like this. It's like you have to do it. You are compelled to do it and get it out of your body. And not everyone can make that commitment. And it's okay to have that conversation with yourself and say, you know what? I don't want this to be my job. I want this to be something that is fun, that stays fun for me. because there are times when it's not going to be fun.
Yeah.
And it is a job, and you have to do your demo, especially for someone like me. I have adult ADHD. I have ADHD, which is adult ADHD, same thing. And I have come to terms with that over the last few years, especially with recognizing how my motivational patterns work. Because for me, sometimes starting a task, planning out a task, that sounds great. I'm hyper fixated on it. I'm ready to go. And then it comes the grind of having to do it. And it's agony. Like a lot of my art, I hate it while I'm making it. I'm like, because my standards are so high, because I've been standing on the shoulders of geniuses my whole career. But then when it's done, I'm like, oh, that's actually pretty good. but that's my core. But that, and don't let people take advantage of it.
There you go.
Like giving your work away out of the kindness of your heart, or because you believe in a project, or you think it will be good for your career. That's one thing. Don't let that define your job, though, and try to check in every now and then and charge what you think you're worth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Man, well, I do appreciate your time. Of course, everybody out there, man, go ahead and follow the guy. Thanks again. This is Spider, Coming Soon Podcast. Till next time, follow up.